Hello and welcome back to the first Arkham Horror live stream in a long time. Today we are starting the Feast of Hemlock Veil, which is the newest campaign expansion for this lovely LCG with two new characters. And I've never played this campaign before, so we are going to be playing through it blind. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be a good time. So, I forgot to look up how to pronounce her name. Akachi. I'm gonna call her Akachi, or call them Akachi. And if that's incorrect, I will have looked it up next stream. I knew there was something that I forgot to do before doing this. Akachi. That's where we're gonna go here. We're playing Akachi and Nathaniel Cho, so a guardian and a mystic. And I've been interested in both of these. I've been wanting to play another mystic ever since we played Jacqueline Fine. Meg played Jacqueline Fine in the last scenario, or in the last campaign, and then I played Jacqueline Fine, I think, as my last Mystic, and so having another Mystic at the table will be fun. They have a pretty fun ability where whenever you play a card that has charges on it, you get an additional charge. So that's going to be like all of our spells, our Azure Flames, everything like that. Instead of coming in with like 3 or 4 charges, they come in with 1 additional charge. And then the star effect here is we can add a charge to a asset that we control with charges. So that is, and we'll talk about the deck build here in a second. Hey, Drawn to the Flame, there you go. And then we got Nathaniel Cho. Been wanting to try Nathaniel Cho for a while. I've also not played a Guardian in a really hot second. I think the last one I played was Mark Harrigan in, when was that, like Dunwich? Oh, jeez. Okay. Anyways, Guardian time. Nathaniel Cho was one of the starter decks, and so he's got a kind of a lot of cards that kind of can synergize with him because it came in that pack. But ever since I opened him, I thought he was pretty fun. His ability is that whenever you deal damage to an enemy by an event or a fight ability on an event, deal 1 additional damage. So we get to deal extra damage, which is going to be pretty awesome. And then his whole kind of thing is about, or I just have a stupid amount of events in here. And so I'm looking forward to that. We have also not drawn our weakness, so that's what this is for. But let's talk about the deck build. Let's start over here with Akachi's. So I did take 2 permanent cards. We've got 2 copies of Arcane Research. We're just trying it. We'll see how it goes. Arcane Research is a permanent card. When you purchase this, suffer 1 mental trauma. And so while we do start with 8 sanity, we're actually going to start with 2 trauma down to 6. But it does say that after each scenario of a campaign, reduce the cost of the first spell card you upgrade before the next scenario by 1. So we are focused very heavily on the spell assets over here during this deck build. So this is going to help accelerate us into those higher spells, like higher clairvoyances and everything like that, much quicker on this side of the table. We're also focusing mainly over here as the clue giver, or the clue getter is kind of the main role over here. And then Nathaniel's main goal over here is dealing with enemies, as well as kind of tanking. And so we'll talk about that a little bit. But we just got a lot of fun cards. We got Torrent of Power, Hypnotic Gaze. We're canceling attacks whenever we do get attacked. And that's going to be pretty important for Nathaniel and keeping everybody healthy. Holy Rosary just for that sweet plus willpower. We've got Delve Too Deep. So this is another way to accelerate our victory points. We draw the top card of the encounter deck. We get a victory point, which is pretty fun. Alchemical Transmutation to get some resources. Arcane Initiate. Drawn to the Flame. I think I actually have 2 of those. Yeah, Drawn to the Flame gets us clues by drawing the top card of the encounter deck. And we do have a couple of mitigation over here in Nathaniel's deck. Robe of Endless Nights is going to cost, or make our spell cards cost a little bit less. Clairvoyance and Rite of Seeking are our clue finding cards. Got Cat Mask, Clarity of Mind, Heals Horror. And so This here also can help with Nathaniel starting with a fairly low horror threshold, and then I believe Nathaniel is going to be taking a lot of the hits here. So Clarity of Mind is going to help with that. It's also going to help because we are starting with 2 mental dramas. So turn 1, we can hit Clarity of Mind. We've got Arcane Studies, Shriveling Guts, and an Unexpected Courage. So that is our Mystic deck over here, starting at a 6/6. And then we're gonna shuffle this off and draw a weakness because that'll be fun. um, I am kind of interested in this campaign. It looks like we're going to be playing out over, 6 days, or I'm sorry, 3 days, 3 nights. So 6 total kind of like phases. And we have these preludes. And we're playing through a prelude depending on how long this take. I honestly have no idea how long these are supposed to take. We'll also potentially play through the first like real scenario. Alrighty, let's go. It's this one. Put drawing signs into play in your threat area. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 5. Oof, brutal. Okay, there you go. So our maximum hand size would then be 8 or 3. For Nathaniel Cho, we are going to be doing a little bit of tanking. So Safeguard allows us to move whenever another investigator moves to a connecting location. And so if Akachi moves over, then Nathaniel can exhaust and just follow at that point, getting a little bit more action economy there. We got First Aid to help heal some damage or horror, kind of leaning into that a little bit. And then we have, let's find the boxing gloves, because that's what we're kind of built around here. We got the boxing gloves, so you get +1 fist while fighting, so that takes Nathaniel all the way up to 6, which is pretty awesome. And then after you defeat an enemy, we're going to exhaust the boxing gloves to search the top 6 cards of our deck for a spirit event and add it to our hand. This does take up both of our hand slots, and so getting these spirit events is going to be kind of what fuels our engine. And also, remember, if we do damage on an event, we actually get to do an additional point of damage. And so we're going to be trying to just draw into these spirit events. We've got spirit events that heal us. We've got spirit events that give us resources. We've got spirit events that fight and move. So Get Over Here allows us to choose a non-elite enemy at your location or a connecting location, move that enemy to your location, engage it, and attack it. So now we're attacking. If we have the boxing gloves, we're attacking for 6. If we do damage, we actually deal 2 damage, and then we get to search the top 6 cards for another spirit event. And this is kind of the engine that we're hoping to run. We got a Monster Slayer. I think I have 2 of those where the fight deals +1 damage. So we're actually going to be doing 3 damage. Giant Lasagna, holy moly, 8 months. Finally had time to try Nagkar and Drax Protection with the turn where I readied like 5 times with Leading Blow and what doesn't kill me. Oh, that's sick. Thank you so very much for the subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Drax Protection is insane. Were you running Come Get Me, bub? Or, because that's a really fun card with Drax Protection. We got Glory. I think I have 2 of these as well. Potentially not. I don't know why I thought it did. Okay, maybe not. Glory, after you defeat an enemy, draw 2 cards. We got Dodge, which cancels an attack. Counterpunch is after an enemy attacks you, even if that attack was canceled, that could either be with the Dodge or with any of our cards in the Mystic deck as well. We can fight. And then, again, because it is a event, we get to deal an additional damage. Fight that gives us resources. When a non-elite enemy would attack another investigator at your location, engage that enemy, resolve its attack against you, then deal it 1 damage. Then again, 2 damage. So a lot of like kind of comboing off of these events. Evidence, just because everyone needs to be able to find clues if they need them. Let me handle this. Pulls and counter cards, and so especially with this Drawn to the Flame, if we can draw enemies and pull those enemies, that's and you don't even have to be at the same location. Fast after another player draws a non-parallel encounter card, so you can pull those cards. 1/2 punch. Fight. You get +1 for the attack. If you succeed, you can fight the attacking enemy again. You have +2 and deal +1 damage. So this is an insane value for Nathaniel. We got Wolf Mask, prepared for the worst to try and find those boxing gloves. And then our normal cards here. We're going to get a weakness. Yes, there are 2 minions in the deck. One of them was Sauron. Needless to say, it didn't get... Oh, geez. Yeah, that's tough. I literally had 2 Met teams and Mantis pumping HP straight into Drax. I love Mantis and Met teams and being able to heal either Drax or Mantis and just continuously just pumping Drax full of health. It's a blast. Alrighty, our weakness here is going to be draw the top card of your deck. If it's not a weakness, remove that card from the game. Then search your deck, discard pile, hand, and play areas for each other copy of that card you own and remove them from the game as well. That's not great. I don't like that at all. That could be very detrimental, especially if it's like boxing gloves. Ooh, that'd be so sad. Alrighty. So let's dive in and figure out what is going on in the town of Hemlock Veil. So we've got our intro. I'm sorry, our prelude. Welcome to Hemlock Veil. Intro 1. Miskatonic University, June 1926. Members Marquez, Musgrave, et al. After 3 separate reviews by the Miskatonic University Board and Grant Committee, we have reached Hemlock Isle. Our driver took us across a natural land bridge they call the, quote, causeway, only traversable at low tide, to a small fishing village called Arkham. Birdie shows the locals several sketches and photographs of the alkaline blossom, but the locals would have none of it, or maybe none of him. Birdie is exceedingly chipper. I have people like that in my life. Way too happy. The survey consists of myself, Dr. Armitage. Oh, I'm sorry. Myself, my assistant Birdie, and I have and some context of Dr. Armitage. He insists that they accompany me as part of the terms of the grant. I just hope they don't get in the way. The island is private property and has been off limit to visitors for some time until now. The locals are advertising some sort of festival throughout New England, even as far south as Boston and Arkham. There were no lodgings in Arkham, and according to local rumors, camping on the island is a risky affair. The locals were unresponsive when I pressed further, but I was at least able to procure a map of the island as well as some basic supplies. We were all but resigned to pitching a tent west of Arkham, but then we met a young man named Theo who offered us lodging in a village called Hemlock Veil. That's where we're at. But really, I think you're going to love it here. Theo shouts from the truck window. Dr. Marquez, athletic and well-tanned at 40, closes her survey journal and looks up at the sky. I don't know anyone who doesn't love Hemlock Isle, Theo continues, and I don't know why we haven't invited folks sooner. I assume you're here for the feast. Is this feast some sort of local tradition? Birdie says in a crisp British accent. The breeze stirs the round man's shock of thick hair as he leans forward eagerly. This is the first one ever. Everyone in the Vales pulled out all the stops to make everyone feel so welcome. We're just so excited to have visitors. The young man laughs at your truck crest the hilltop. Hemlock Veil stretches away in every direction. To the south, glistening black lakes dot a tangled marsh all the way to the coast. Up north, white-capped hills gather around, jutting obsidian rocks resembling on an exposed spine. Past a handful of hills, the dense western forest rose up in the rocky hillside, bisected by a wide river, and even further north past the White Hills, a bleaky rocky coastline at the edge of the slaty Atlantic rivers. We do have a map here as well, if we're curious. The road takes you past a lush farmland into a village nestled in the hills. Gaudy floral arrangements and brilliant ribbons hang from the rooftops and fence posts. A prismatic rainbow shivers in a cloudless sky, lending the scene a idyllic air. As the truck rolls to a stop in the crossroads, locals and children in white gold cloaks and wooden animal masks gather around you, grinning from ear to ear. We do have those animal masks in both of our decks, which is kind of fun. Welcome in. An imposing woman with steel gray hair and a white gold cloak cuts through the crowd. Welcome to Hemlock Veil. I am Mother Rachel. These are my people. What brings you here? The investigators must decide to choose one. Also, we're gonna go. Who is our lead investigator? Let's go. Let's go. uh, Let's go. Akachi as our lead investigator. So they get to break all the ties. It's literally just me though. We're here to we're here on a survey from Miskatonic University, or we're here for the feast. Honestly, I'm here for the feast, so let's do that. We're here for the feast. Skip to intro 3. The matron smiles benevolently. We are overjoyed to have you. Our food and shelter are yours. The feast is in 3 days' time. We ask that you open your heart and mind to experience our way of life. Dr. Marquez shoots you a sharp look as she leans forward on her cane. Actually, we're here to survey from Miskatonic University. Add a heart to the chaos spec for the remainder of the campaign. Skip to intro 4. We're going to go ahead and put the hearts in the bag. My friend was telling me how much he hates the name Day Tripper and whether or not the new basic allies per night sync or sync. Sync. I think it's sync. I'm pretty sure it's sync. But I've been wrong before. Mother Rachel's friendly mask breaks for just a moment as she registers your response. Surveyors, I see, you're quite welcome here as well, but mind your place. We have rules. Do not harm anyone in the Veil, and we will not harm you. Keep to the village at night and take care out in the wilderness. Nature is crueler here. Down the road, a small doe walks alongside a pair of children, almost as to contradict the matron's words. Before you can ask her more, a gaggle of locals descend on the truck, eager for news from the mainland. After fielding multiple questions about sports outcomes and elections, Dr. Marquez suggests you split up to acquaint yourself with the locals. Ask around the island and meet back here in an hour. And then here's our Hemlock Veil Island. Pretty sure it's sync, but it looks like it has a CH sound, so I've been hearing people say, oh, interesting. So we have the prelude. So we're playing a prelude in the Feast of Hemlock Veil. So there is no encounter deck. It's basically just kind of a way to interact with the story without actually taking on any risk. There's no encounter deck. We cannot play Drawn to the Flame at that point, right? We can't just get victory points for not drawing anything, or gaining clues or stuff like that. Hemlock Veil is a good place to stock up on supplies. At the end of a prelude, each investigator keeps the following: the cards in our hand, up to 5, resources in play, up to their starting resources, a single asset in their play that does not normally start in play, and all clues that we control. So we are able to kind of build up a little bit and go into the next scenario already a little bit built up. So that's pretty nice. And then we have a codex, so we're going to be told to read some of these entries whenever we interact with the map. So we are starting at the crossroads. We have set up the map here, and I guess we'll go off. We got 5 cards for Akachi: Hypnotic Gaze, Angered Spirits, Arcane Studies, Spirit Seeker, Delve Too Deep, and a Clairvoyance. So it says we don't take a normal mulligan during this scenario. Oh, well, actually, I drew 6 cards, so that gets shuffled right back in. So we don't get a normal mulligan, so we do have this, but it is nice that we have Clairvoyance, so we can actually just start with a Clairvoyance. I wonder how charges work. Right, if I don't use any charges, does it stay with 4 charges? A single asset in their play area. I would assume that you keep all the charges. It doesn't just start in play with 0 charges. Arcane Studies is also pretty nice here. Then Nathaniel Cho is going to get a clean them out. Let me handle this. Get over here. 1-2 punch. And a wolf mask. We're going to shuffle these back in. Ideally, we would be able to get the boxing gloves here, and then we can start the game with the boxing gloves, which would be a huge tempo boost for us. So, welcome to Hemlock Veil. The Mysticonic survey is starting. It is staying in Hemlock Veil and making preparations for today's expedition. The more the locals trust you, the better you will understand the nature of Hemlock Isle. When you draw a weakness, cancel its revelation effect and discard it. And we thread out at 6. We start with 2 Doom on the agenda. Then dawn of the first day, the village brims with excitement. Children play along the roadside wearing animal masks while others hang gaudy flowers and eaves along fences. Investigators cannot take damage, horror, or be defeated. Objective: befriend the locals, prepare for your first survey. Refer to the rules on page 6 for more information on Prelude, which is what we just read. Okay. So they did say that the Hemlock is fairly safe, and so I don't think that we need to worry too much about about having Nathaniel try and protect Akachi over here. And so I'm thinking that we split up a little bit and we try and hit as much as we can. So we have the Altwood house after you discover a clue here, which is going to be not good for either of us. I guess we would have to probably use our clairvoyance over here. You can heal a damage or horror. You can ask around about the veil. So basically all of these are going to just point us to different codex entries. We're going to be able to get more information about the town. Also, the vertical columns are connected. I just didn't put out things. I'm trying to look and see if there is a... Oh, search the top 9 cards of your deck for a spell card and draw it. Shuffle your deck. That's pretty nice. I'm trying to figure out if there is a spot where we can get a item. There's a tome asset here. There are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game. During your turn, move to a connecting location. Group limit once per round. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you get a nice little like bonus move action here. Let's go ahead and have Akachi use that bonus action to move. Jonathan Baker, good morning. How you doing? Welcome. Okay. And also, YouTube is not showing up again on the chat. Okay. Weird. Okay. Well, let's just do the ability here. You look at the locals about the veil. You ask the locals about the veil. So we're gonna go Codex 10. Sounds like there's gonna be just a lot of reading today. Dozens of workers bustle around the base of a large tree in the center of the crossroads. The many faces of the tree leer down at you with myriad expressions, some laughing, others pinched in grief or terror. Each expression is grotesquely exaggerated. When you ask one of the nearby carpenters about the tree, they pause and consider their words. This tree is the effigy, the likeness of, well, maybe it's best to think of a heavenly spirit, the same spirit that lives on in each of us. The foreman tells you that they will have to work through the night in anticipation of the rain tomorrow. As you watch them work, one carpenter trips and falls. Theo rushes over to the truck and picks her up as she clutches her eyes and laughs hysterically. You may either draw a card or gain a resource. Search the set-aside residence encounter set for Theo Peters and put him into play at the crossroads face up. Do we play? What does we play? Said Theo Peters. So we got Theo Peters. While you control Theo Peters, you may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to move. Oh, that's kind of cool. Choose and discard X cards in your hand, where X is the current day number, to parlay. Then you read Codex 8. After Theo is defeated, set him aside out of play in your campaign log. Decrease Theo Peters' relationship level. We Play doesn't have Feast and Beast from the Eldritch Depths. Exactly. We'll go ahead and take control of Theo. which will read Codex 8. Hold on, Theo says to the worker, pressing a cold cloth to her forehead. This is going to be actually our second card, and we're going to have to discard a card. Let me go ahead and do that. We'll discard Delve Too Deep. We can't actually play it this turn or this game, so. After another pained laugh, she passes out. You ask Theo what happened. It's kind of like a heat stroke, except more like you sort of work yourself into a good mood, and then it's, well, he sighs, I don't really know what it is. Sometimes people just get sick. Several locals carry the worker away to a nearby shed. After some banter, you ask Theo about any good areas to survey local wildlife on Hemlock Isle. He smiles broadly. My sisters and I saw the biggest horseshoe crab on Auckland shoreline. I don't know if it's still there, but I swear it was the size of a buggy. I have some family business in Auckland if you want to tag along. You may immediately move to any location, and we're going to increase Theo Peter's relationship level. So this is going to be something that we're going to be tracking throughout the campaign, the relationship level that we have with the residents of Hemlock Veil. So Theo Peters, I'm going to add a relationship level, and we can immediately move to any location. Might as well go down here to the schoolhouse, which is the one that is the furthest away from anything. So let's go ahead and do that. And, oh, I need my exhaust. So we can only read the codex stuff once. So I'm going to go ahead and just exhaust that to say that, hey, we've done that. Okay. That was our second action to choose and take control of Theo. We don't really have any tome assets, so let's just go ahead and pursue the school library. So that's Codex entry 15. I think my biggest concern with Arkham and the newer campaigns of Arkham, it feels like there's a lot of reading. Scarlet Keys was insane. Edge of the Earth was a lot, but it wasn't as much as Scarlet Keys. This one adds a little bit of movement and everything in order to when and what you're reading. So I guess that is nice. But it still feels like a lot. Which is the story. That is what Arkham is. But I really like the earlier campaigns and the balance of gameplay and story that they strike there. But we are at the Vale Schoolhouse. Also just means that I need more water. Stream should be renamed to Nelson Reads You Horror Betas. Feel like that could work. Vale Schoolhouse. The bell atop the schoolhouse rings 3 times as you approach. Summoning children in animal masks. A young red-haired girl in a rabbit mask trips and falls on her way in. You help her up. The thin, severe teacher invites you inside and gestures at the 2 bookshelves against the back wall. The Vale's meager community library. A stately middle-aged man with hickory brown skin and a gray beard peruses the other shelves as you look at the library's offerings. A few battered issues of Tales from Nevermore, a survival handbook, and a handwritten stack of old receipts. But where's Eddie? Said one of the children asked the teacher. She replies in a sing-song voice, Mother Rachel told me that Eddie has found her place and that we shouldn't worry about her. Now what do we say? Mother Rachel knows best, the class says in unison. You may either draw a card or gain 1 resource. Guess we'll draw a card. Hey, it's Rite of Seeking. So we have Rite of Seeking and Clairvoyance now. Search the set-aside residence for William Hemlock and put him into play at the Vale Schoolhouse. I feel like Hemlock is harder to stream with the interludes taking 30 to 40 minutes before each scenario start. That's fair. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it is. But I don't think I would. I think I would play Scarlet Keys. I don't think I'd stream Scarlet Keys again. I think the worst was I think I was 2 hours before I put cards on the table, just reading. And I guess if you know the campaign a little bit better, you can avoid a lot of just the reading of it. But that was kind of crazy. I thought that was a little much. So we got William Hemlock here. While you control William Hemlock, you get +1 book. Parlay test book 2 if you succeed. Read Codex 4. After he's defeated, set him aside, and then change the relationship level. If I parlay and I take control of him, does Theo Peters like just go back here, or how does that work? I guess I don't quite understand. Do you discard him? But there's really no discard deck. And he's also like they're double sided, so I'm not 100% sure how that works. Okay, so we did Vale Schoolhouse. Nathaniel Cho. We can also start to, let's go ahead and spend one to play the Wolf Mask. This comes in with two counters, and then we get to replenish one of these offerings whenever you engage an enemy, and you can spend them for plus fight or plus fist or foot. I guess Akachi is kind of over here, so we might as well. Let's go the opposite way. So we're gonna move up here to the Hemlock Chapel. And actually, we're not gonna drop the Wolf Mask. Might as well not. So that's moving is actually we're gonna use a free move. Then you can as you approach the overgrown chapel at the top of the hill, you can read for one action. Read Codex 11. Hemlock Chapel. The small chapel. This feels also very Earthborn Rangers-y, where it's like I'm going to these different locations and interacting with them in that sense. The small chapel atop of the Vale's northern hill has a hushed, stately air. Small buds have been grafted in such a way as to suggest the planks themselves are blooming. While you admire the strange phenomenon, two women in white gold cloaks approach. You ask them more about the chapel and their faith, and they usher you inside. A stylized quilt at the back portrays a warped, many-armed mythological being with numerous eyes and wings. We built this chapel some 20 years ago, but it didn't see much use until our revival. Mother Rachel has always called us, quote, children of the stars. I suppose this is one such star. The two women go silent as Mother Rachel enters the chapel. You can draw a card or gain a resource. We'll draw a card. Monster Slayer, we're looking for those boxing gloves. I have not played Hemlock Veil before, no. Nope, this is the first time. I literally took the cellophane off yesterday. We're gonna get Mother Rachel. Mother Rachel. While you control Mother Rachel, you have an additional arcane slot. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I kind of really want Akachi to have that. Like, really want Akachi to have that. And I also wonder, based on they are assets. A single asset in their play area that does not normally start in play. That sounds like I can choose like Mother Rachel to. You only play the interlude one time ever. I kind of. It sounds like I can choose like one of these allies to stay and play instead of choosing like one of my cards. Mother Rachel sounds amazing. So I think Akashi is just going to spend a lot of time getting up there. Oh, I guess we could have moved with Theo Peter, so we'll move up there. So we've used one. We're going to move down here. And then we're going to trigger this action. You approach the homestead. This is a 13. The Atwood House. The old Empire-styled manor is handsome at a distance, but looks faded and worn as you approach. An old woman with smoky brown skin and ashen complexion sits in the wheelchair at the entrance. Her hand shakes as she lets out a weak cough. It's time, Sylvia, an elderly man, emerges from the house and starts when he seizes you. Oh, visitors already. You can call me Brother David, and this is Sister Sophia. I am Mother Rachel's husband. We're so happy you're here. As he pushes Sylvia inside, you hear rustling branches around the side of the house. You may either draw a card or gain a resource. And then we're going to put Simon Atwood. We'll draw a card looking for boxing gloves. But again, I don't know if we would rather just have something like this. While you control Simon Atwood, you get +1 foot. Parlay test feat 2. Yeah. After he's defeated, bad stuff happens. That's that. I do think that I am gonna go up here and grab Mother Rachel for Akachi, and then see if I can figure out and find the plus attack. Because right, we have plus book, we have plus brain, we have plus feet, so there's going to be a plus attack around here somewhere. It feels like. So I think that's what we're gonna try and do. We're gonna have Akachi probably trigger here, move for free a couple of times, and then go up and grab Mother Rachel. But I think having that additional arcane slide is gonna be really nice, and then just kind of leaning into what she's best at. And then we'll choose Mother Rachel as the asset that starts in play. The end of the round, we're going to 2, 4, 6. We don't have to discard, but we will draw for Nathaniel. We got Randall Cho. After Randall Cho enters play, heal 3 damage or search your deck for a weapon asset and play it, paying its cost. What's cool here, or I guess one of the things that I am thinking about is like, I don't want Randall to start in play because he has a win entering play ability. Then we're going to get a money. Oh, and I spent the money, but I actually didn't do anything with it. And we get a card over here, which is Drawn to the Flame. Top of the round, we're going to add a Doom, go up to 3. There is no encounter deck, and so we'll go right back to reading more cards. The comments. I'm going to read 16. The comments. Welcome to the Veil. A young woman with a bob cut greets you as you enter through the double barn doors. It's been so long since we had visitors. One thing you gotta know about the Veil is that we do almost everything in the comments. I know Sister Leah is planning a community dance tomorrow evening. Hey Gideon, no smoking inside. The woman barks at the old man in a long blue sailor's coat in a corner. He stands up and hobbles outside grumbling. You notice the corkboard on the back wall is pinned with children's drawings of planets and birds with extra teeth, eyes, and limbs. The woman breaks your focus. If you ever want to call for anyone back on the mainland, or send a gift to a special someone in the village, I'm your girl. You can call Martha Jean. Search the top 9 cards of your deck for an ally and add it to your hand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No ally. Then we're going to search the residence for Gideon and put him into play at the commons. Gideon, while you control Gideon, you have an additional accessory slot. 2 actions to parlay Gideon and read their entry. Gideon's there. I'm gonna use that was my first action. I'm gonna use my free move with Theo to move up here. And then I'm going to use this action, which is a 14. Tad's General Store. The rustic general store also doubles as a pharmacy. A balding middle-aged man with bandaged arms stands behind the counter and introduces himself as Tad. We're so happy to have visitors in the Vale. I know Mother Rachel is just off her rocker with an excitement to see fresh new faces. And it's good for business too. I'll give you a newcomer discount today if you're buying anything. It goes without saying, but you're all invited to the community meal this evening. You may spend 1 resource to search your deck for an item card and play it, ignoring its cost. Any investigator is not resolved. This effect may trigger this codex again. That's cool. Okay. And we're gonna get Judith. While you control Judith, you may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to fight. Interesting. You can spend X resources, where X is the current day, to parlay with her. Okay. That was my second action. We're going to move down here, and we're going to free action to move up here. I'm going to hope that this is the fight, because I don't know if I can get that clue super easily. Actually, we're gonna have her stay here and not use that free move. Which action takes up 2 is a fight. So the parlay action here, because it has the two action symbols next to it, that takes 2 actions. Nathaniel's turn. We're going to move one, free move down. Then ask around about the veil for our second action, which is entry 9. Blossoming garlands hang from every eave of the boarding house. A succulent smell wafts out from the front door. Meat pies and beer brewing. Ooh, nice. A proprietor introduces herself as Miss Olmsted and offers you a room. I keep my eye on the happenings around town. If you want to know what folks get up to in the Vale, I'm happy to help. When you ask about the beer, she waves one hand dismissively. Don't bother reporting me to the prohibitionist. We keep our own rules on Hemlock Isle, she tells you, then gives you a sidelong look to the porch. That is, unless someone gets in their way. Gideon's an old man. He takes a long time to listen to stories after all. Oh, it's a parlay. I was going back and forth between the two. You look in on the porch and see a gorgeous figure with skin color of umber. I don't know what that is. They wear a trendy dress with the white gold veil cloak tossed casually over their shoulders as they embroider a floral pattern on a round frame. Bertie sheepishly questions them, holding up a few photographs and sketches of the samples that you drew here. Draw a card to gain a resource. We'll draw a card. Counterpunch. Find River Hawthorne. River Hawthorne. While you control River Hawthorne, you get +1 brain. Test either brain or book 3. If you succeed, you get to take her. Okay. I wonder if the +1 brain or the additional arcane slot is better. I'm thinking the additional arcane slot is going to be better for Akachi because she has a lot of cards that are going to be playing charges off of those arcane slots. But that does mean that potentially the old mill is where we need to find these clues or get the fight person. So we're going to move up here and call it a day. I'm going to draw a card. Just stand together. We're going to toss. Let me handle this to go down to our hand size. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, just kidding. We're also going to toss counterpunch. 2, 4, 6. Alchemical transmutation. Cool. Top of the round, we're going to add 1. Go up to 4. We are done at 6. Nathaniel is going to move down to the old mill. Actually, I feel like Akachi is the best person to get that. I guess I could go Randall Cho and Monster Slayer and search that on 3. That seems good. So Nathaniel is going to go first. We're going to quick action and move here. And we're going to investigate. So we're going to commit Monster Slayer and Randall Cho. So that's going to be +3. So it's going to be 5 to a 2. Now we don't have an auto fail in this bag, which I think is pretty interesting. I assume it says we don't have an auto fail to start the campaign, so I assume we're going to get one at some point. But -1, we do succeed. That gets us the clue, which we do get to keep. And we're going to trigger this reaction. After you discover a clue at the old mill, read entry 12. Dr. Marquez leans precariously on her cane as she takes samples of various wildflowers around the mill. Take a look at this. The professor holds out a sample that looks like a blend of brilliant violet, trillium, and lupine flowers spliced at the stem. It's similar to the strange blossoms that prompted the survey. Monopodal with dozens of different expressions, but no evidence of grafting. It grew naturally. You ask how this is possible, and the professor grins. It isn't. Which is exactly why the survey is going to make my career. As you leave Dr. Marquez to her sample collecting, you spot a sturdy, well-built woman in overalls working the field. You can draw a card to gain a resource. Search set aside for Leah Atwood and put her into play at the old mill. We'll draw a card. Prepare for the worst. Then Leah Atwood. Okay, so we don't actually get... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Leah Atwood. While you control Leah Atwood, you get +1 fist. Parlay, we can test fist. If you succeed, we read a second codex. So moving down was free. Doing that was free. So we're going to parlay test fist 2. We have 5. Oh, auto success. Nice. So, or not auto success, sorry, +1. But now we take control of Leah, and we're going to read Codex 2. The red-cheeked older woman introduces herself as Leah Atwood, Mother Rachel's sister. I'm in charge of everything folks around here put into their bellies. And yes, that means I'm in charge of the feast. My sister has been very particular about everything she wants prepared in advance. You ask her about any points of interest to survey in Hemlock Isle, and she wipes her brow with a gloved hand. You barely need to leave the veil before you see something odd. She puts one hand on her hip. I'm planning to go up to Pearl Ridge today. Something there turned the trees into glass. Well, that's awesome. That's really cool. So turning trees into glass. I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for, but it's definitely unique. You may play a tool card from your hand, ignoring its cost. And we're going to increase Leah Atwood's relationship level. I'm also, so I guess like, yeah, like, I guess you discard them. I guess we have 2 more rounds of this, and so we might as well just like try and hit as many of these as possible. So move was free, investigate was 1, parlay was 1, so we have 1 more. I'm gonna go ahead and spin 1 to play the wolf mask. There we go. I'm gonna use a free move since I think we want to end with Mother Rachel. I'm gonna come down here and grab River Hawthorne first and try and get the benefits from parlaying with her, and then move up to Mother Rachel. So we'll move down for free using Theo, and then we're gonna parlay. We're gonna test Brain 3, so we're gonna go 5 to 3. We've got a -1, so we succeed. We're gonna read Codex Entry 5. Oh wait, we don't take control of them. Hold on. That makes a lot more sense. Ha! Okay, yeah, we're not controlling them. So we're just talking with them. That makes more sense. You don't take control of the characters unless the game is split. Yeah, thank you, Dead Meat. I appreciate it. Okay, so I definitely do want to be looking for some of these. Okay, cool. So we'll just go ahead and we'll knock 2 actions off. We'll just call this done because I've used that action a couple times. Okay. River Hawthorne. I'm friends with the great profile. You may know him as John Barrymore. We met at a piazza in Rome. Utter serendipity. River buttles as they chat with Bertie. Although my last name is Hawthorne, I'll have you know I'm a Hemlock through and through. Their last heir to the Hemlock fortune. That is, if sweet William actually listens, they say sourly. Bertie fields several more questions about current going-ons in New York's high society, of which he knows nothing. Before asking River about your point of interest, I hear North Point Mines has some fascinating crystals. Gain 3 resources. Increase River Hawthorne's relationship level. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll get money. Draw a card. Heroic Rescue. Draw a card. Guts. Increase. And it's Nathaniel's turn. We're going to play Prepared for the Worst. We're going to spend 1 to play Prepared for the Worst. Search the top 9 cards for a weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. 8, 9. Jeez, no good. Yeah. Alrighty. Shuffle that up. Okay, it is not meant to be for these I guess we'll start with the wolf mask then. We'll go 2 and we'll try and test parlay feat 2. Don't have anything to modify it. What is that? -1 if it's a parlay attempt. Reveal another token. Skull. -X where X is the current day number. We fail. And then it's Akachi. We're going to spend money to play Clairvoyance. That's going to come in with 4 charges. So we'll start with that. That was 1. We're going to go 2. Free move up here. And then parlay test brain 2. So that's going to be 5 to 2. -1. We succeed, so we're going to read entry 1. Mother Rachel. What are the children of the stars? Mother Rachel echoes your question bemused. Dust swirls in harsh light through the intricate stained glass. Suppose if I had to put it simply, we all are, quote, begotten by light, I often say. Like heavenly bodies, we each have a place in this life, a purpose. There are some whose place it is to understand and some whose place it is to watch. The older woman smiles faintly. As a line of children file into the chapel to sit cross-legged near the altar. And now it's my place to begin story time. Play a charm or spell asset from your hand, ignoring its cost. I'll go alchemical transmutation. And we don't increase Mother Rachel's relationship level. Okay, end of the round. We're going to draw, and then we're going to go here. Birdie approaches absolutely winded. Dr. Marquez requests your immediate presence. He helps butting into your conversation, and believe me, she will not like it if you are late at all. Each investigator resigns. Resolution 1. You meet Dr. Marquez and Birdie back at the crossroads. After you each share some possible leads for the survey, the professor lays out the map of Hemlock Isle. I didn't expect our village to be so religious, says Dr. Marquez. Or the village to be so religious. Birdie lights up in response. They almost seem to be living in some sort of transcendentalist ideal. I have no idea what they've actually believed, mind you, but they seem friendly enough. Friendly is a word for it, Dr. Marquez smiles grimly. We have a good 3 days before the island is overrun with tourists. I hate tourists. That sounds rather ill-natured given the celebration, Birdie ventures. Dr. Marquez gives them a withering look. What I mean is that they'll disrupt the local habitat, so our time is limited. We can split up to cover more ground, or we can stick together. Theo has volunteered to drive us anywhere we need to go, and even said we could take his truck at night. Though we aren't to tell Mother Rachel. Given the stories of deadly wildlife, I've hired Judith to accompany me to Eastwick Bog. Either of you two are welcome to join. Just be back by sundown. I plan to take a walk to the western woods, Birdie says, alone if you don't mind. If Miss Olmsted's description is to be believed, they shall be quite stunning. You consider your options. We're going to make preparations for our first survey. Choose one asset in your play area to keep for the next scenario. It must be one that does not normally start in play. Discard each other asset and attachment in your play area, except for those that start the game in play. So we're going to choose Clairvoyance here and Wolf Mask there, and discard those there. Discard down to your starting resources. Exploring the Isle is dangerous. Add a autofail token to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. There it is. When setting up the next scenario, skips 1 through 8 of setting up the game. Oh, I probably should not have pitched some of these cards. Like, I definitely shouldn't have pitched Randall Cho. Oh well, here we are. The investigators must choose where to survey today. You will have the opportunity to survey multiple areas over the course of the campaign. To the north, the abandoned road, Point Mines, lies empty and overrun with strange wildlife. To brave the dangers of Written Rock, we can go to the Hemlock House, the Silent Health. You reshuffle all the discarded cards back into your deck. Okay, cool. Sweet. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Your current hand is your opening hand for the next scenario. Discard down to your opening hand size. Okay, so let's go. Keep there. We're effectively discarding 1 card. We'll discard Second Wind. It is kind of cool that you get to like set your opening hand and stuff. So that gets shuffled in. Okay, so we're gonna discard 1 of these as well. We will discard Rite of Seeking. We do have Clairvoyance on the table, and we have a lot of other clue finding cards, clue finding spells in our deck, so we can probably grab those fairly easily. The prelude rules are a bit confusing the first time. I wish the rulebook spelled out things more clearly, but it gets easier on replays. That feels about right, because like I'm glad that they talk through like these steps, because it was like check page 2, and page 2 is just like it's a part of a sentence of 1 paragraph for the rules. I was like, okay, let's we'll see what happens. So it is nice that they like call out explicitly what to do here. Go to Pearl Ridge, Aquin. Let's go to Written Rock. Let's just go to the first one. Why not? Scenario is Written in Rock. The path to the North Mine runs through a narrow ravine in the heart of Pearl Ridge. With little to go on, you ask around the Veil for more information about the mine, but all you could gather were several conflicting accounts. People have gone missing in the mines recently, although the mining operation is purportedly shut down. The lichens and moss are supposedly nutritious, but some are lethal. Nobody explained why the mine shut down in the first place either. The path ends at the mouth of a yawning cave. Following an old rail track in, you find heaps of abandoned equipment overgrown with bright yellow fungi. The fungus looks far from edible and emits a purulescent stench. Eventually, the tunnel opens into a massive cavern filled with luminescent mushrooms, towering crystal formations. The ground shifts with a slight tremor, followed by an echoing cry from deeper in the mine. Sealing yourself, you track deeper into the cave. At the very least, Dr. Marquez will want samples of the strange overgrowth on the rusted equipment. Proceed to setup. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back, because a lot of these are not anywhere near me. Eat the shrooms, man. Alrighty, I'm gonna go to Be Right Back. We're gonna get this all set up, and then we're gonna play. I think. Oh, geez, this looks intense. Alrighty, we're gonna figure this out. Alrighty, see y'all soon. Alrighty. So we're gonna be sleeving up and setting up this next scenario, but I figured I'd just come back and we could chat. So that's fun. Oh, I'm realizing that I need to buy more sleeves. My sleeve stock is running low. But I've gathered all of the cards for this next scenario. We are going to be doing the written in rock scenario. We'll see how that goes. All right. Check the campaign log for the current day. I assume unless it tells me to progress the day, it is still going to be the same. So we are on day 1 and night or in day. So we're going to grab that. Gather the 6 cave locations and randomly remove 2 of them. So 2, 4, 6. Place the rest as shown on the next page. Or remove those 2. Act 1 location written for written in rock. So it's just 5 columns. Okay. Hey, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so there's the cavern. And the control station, I assume? Gather each location from the written rock encounter set. Put the control station into play as shown. Set the remaining 15 rail locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 aside out of play. Okay. Location adjacency on page 3. Most scenarios in this campaign are arranged in a set grid pattern. During these scenarios, each location is connected to each location adjacent to it in addition to any connection icons. Left, right, above, below. Okay, cool. Okay. Place 1 resource on each location as a scrap. The scraps collected during Act 1 will help investigators during Act 2. Investigators begin play at the leftmost location. Iridescent passage. That does look pretty sweet. Awesome. Sweet, though. After you fail a skill test while investigating here, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Get some scraps. And this has 4 clues. If it is day, gather each story asset from the residence encounter set. Okay. If it's day 1, place River Hawthorne in the location in column 3. Okay. Remove the subterranean beast enemy from the game. Okay. Act 1. Set both copies Crystal Parasite enemy and each other card from the written and rock encounter set outside of play. Crystal Parasite. Alrighty. Shuffle the remaining cards to form the encounter deck. Maybe a pretty thin encounter deck, actually. Anyone have any fun weekend plans? Doing a bike ride. I think 65 miles. Scenario interlude, the cave in. Wait, I don't think I'm supposed to read that. Yeah. I assume it'll tell me when to read that. Alrighty. What were we supposed to do with the I assume the minecart gets shuffled in there? I think I was told to place that aside. A few hours, I'll be getting interviewed for the manager and training program. Oh, that's awesome. Congrats. Oh, that's really awesome. That'll be fun. When will you find out? Pay raise is always sick too. So I might be assistant manager at your store. Ah, that's awesome. That's so much fun. I'm so happy for you. Ooh, that's a big day. That's an exciting big day. We got underground survey. The old mine falls is full of dilapidated machinery and an old rail track. What secrets are written in the rock below? When the agenda advances, move all doom on it to the next agenda. As an action, we can draw the top card of the encounter deck, move one resource from your location to the scenario reference card as scrap. The encounter card just drawn was a powder treachery, gain 5 resources. Also, I want to check and make sure that that mine card was not part of the encounter set that we're supposed to set aside. It is. Okay, so that just gets set aside. I'd head out, but I'll catch the rest of the stream later. Enjoy the scenario. It's one of my favorite. Oh, sweet. Nice. That's exciting. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Cool. Then descent into the mines. You realize the eerie hum in the air comes from vibrating crystal formations. Something feels strange, though you cannot say what. At the end of the round, if each surviving investigator is at the control station, advance. Hint, get to the control station before the agenda advances. Alrighty, sounds good. So we got 5 there, so we'll get to the control station. Alrighty. We'll have Nathaniel Cho go first. We're going to play Stand Together. Choose another investigator at your location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 resources. Let's go ahead and do that. That's going to be our first action. And I'm going to set these aside, because that's my discard pile. And then we'll move into the cavern. What am I supposed to do with these scraps? After you fail a skill test, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Draw the top card of the encounter deck. Move 1 resource from your location to the scenario reference card as the scrap. There you go. Cool. Okay. This is my favorite campaign I've played so far. Nice. That's exciting. We're finally playing after only an hour and 15 minutes of reading. Scrap matters more in the next part. Sweet. My GM has been approving a lot of bonuses recently too. Ooh, just how much busting butt at the store. Yesterday was the first time I played Champions in over a month. Well, glad to hear that the hard work is paying off though. That's good. Let's do the action here for Nathaniel. The ghoul minion. So that will engage here. And then we move this scrap. Happy affiliate anniversary. Woo! Yeah, I saw something pop up. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. So we got the ghoul minion. Let's go ahead and fight this guy. We're going to go clean them out. So this is going to be a fight action. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. But because it is a action, or when it's an event, if I do succeed, I get to deal 2 damage. And so we're going to go 5 to 2. Come on, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. No, it's an autofill. Bummer. Okay, well, cool. Here we are. Alrighty, that's that, I guess. Cool. That was our last action there. So let's go to Akachi. Let's Let's go ahead and spend 2 to play Arcane Studies. No whammies, gets the whammy. Yeah, right. Um, let's go ahead and clairvoyance here. So we're going to attempt to investigate there. So we're going to go 5 to 3. Not going to spend any additional. So just 5 to 3. Gets the whammy. -3. Alrighty. We are off to a tough start. Now we have to discard a card from our hand because we failed a test. If it's a star +1 or 0, no, we're good. Wow. We're gonna get rid of Hypnotic Gaze. That was my first action. Alrighty, good start, my friends. I don't know why we're looking for clues. I'm gonna move over here to this cavern. As a free action, we can move to a connecting location if it is day. If it's night after you end your turn, you're gonna take a horror. Alrighty, and that comes in with 2 clues. It's gonna be a little bit easier to get. Let's go ahead and clairvoyance that. So we are going to be testing 5 to 2. -1. We are good. We don't have to take a horror, and we get these 2 clues. All right. End of the round. We'll actually, this ghoul is going to attack us. Take 1 and 1. I don't think I have any. Okay. End of the round, we're going to get a money, draw a card, and to prepare for the worst, maybe we'll get our boxing gloves. We'll get a money over here, and we'll draw a card. Hey, it's a Right is Seeking. All right, sweet. Alrighty. Top of the round, we're going to add a Doom. We go up to 1 out of 5. Akachi's encounter card. Obscuring Fog attached to your location. Gets +2 Shroud. That's totally fine. Then Nathaniel is going to get Crypt Chill. We're going to test Brain 4. If you choose, discard 1 asset you control. Jeez, team. We are getting what you would call dunked on. I don't want to discard my Wolf Mask. I don't know if I want to discard any of these cards, though. Okay, we're just going to test. We're going to lose the Wolf Mask. It's going to be 3 to 4. -1. Discard the Wolf Mask. Forget how punishing Arkham is. Alrighty. Cool. Let's go ahead and attack this ghoul minion. With a get over here. We're going to attack the ghoul minion. We're going 5 to 2. -1. So we do succeed. And because it's an event, we deal an additional damage. So that's going to take him out. Sweet. There's 1. We're going to spend 1 to play Prepared for the Worst. We're going to search the top 9 cards of our deck 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Let's find those boxing gloves. Hey, there we go. Nice. Then our last action, we're actually going to spend 3 to play the boxing gloves. So we get +1 fist while fighting, and then after we succeed at defeating an enemy, we can exhaust it to search the top 6 cards of our deck for a spirit card and add a spirit event and add it to our hand, which is awesome because we have a lot of spirit events, so that's great. Akachi. Let's go ahead and spend 2 to play Spirit Seeker. So this is as a quick action. We can exhaust Spirit Seeker to choose an asset you control with charges and return it to our hand, or remove all the charges and get that many resources. Akachi is going to move over using the free move here. Alkaline Forest. After you reveal Alkaline Forest, you must either take 1 direct horror or discard 2 cards at random from your hand. We'll take the horror. Comes in with 4 clues. So let's go ahead and parlay here. We're going to test Brain 3 versus 5. -1, we do succeed. So we're going to read Codex 5. And I believe it said that Codex can only be read once per encounter. Once per scenario. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's... I won't reread the thing. I'm just going to get the benefit. Codex 5. River Hawthorne, we're going to get 3 resources and increase our relationship level with her. So our relationship level with River Hawthorne is 2. I just started getting back into Arkham after playing the original core set once in 2019. Now that I've played a lot of champions in Earthborn Rangers, I'm finally ready to consistently pull the autofill token out. Yep, 100%. Yeah, we've already hit the autofill once this round, this game, which is pretty great. So that was my second action. Let's Clairvoyance and try and go 5 to 2 here. If we succeed, we get 2. It's a -3. We do succeed, so we get 2 of these clues. Okay. No enemies, so we're going to reset everything, ready everything. I don't know why I'm going for the clues. I feel like I probably need them at some point. Nathaniel's going to get Monster Slayer. Beautiful. And a money. Akachi is going to get Delve Too Deep. Okay, so this can be a victory point. To be strategic on when we use that. And then a money. Doom. Akachi's card. Ghoul Minion. And Nathaniel's card is Test Feat 3. For each point you fail by, take a damage. Man, we are not having a good time over here. Nathaniel's getting dunked on. I'd rather him draw the enemies. Alrighty. So Feat 3, we're at 2. +1. Let's go. Alrighty. Nathaniel is alive. Alrighty. I'm going to go Nathaniel first. We're going to go 1. We're going to do an action to move this and draw the top card. Day, test Brain 2. Increase the difficulty of this test by 2 if you have 5 or more cards in hand. If you fail, choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. Alrighty, I hate that. So we're testing Brain 3 to 3. We're gonna roll with it. Hopefully get it. 3 to 3. -1, no good. And discard 2 cards from hand. I think we're gonna hang on to Heroic Resolve, so we're gonna discard these 2. But Heroic Resolve is going to allow us to take this and then deal it 2 damage to destroy it. So that was move for 1, move for 1. We're going to fast action to move over here using the ability there. And what are we doing with our lives? What's the game plan here? We could move and draw the top card and see what happens and wish for the best. Let's try it. Why not? We've got a calcification. Put it into your threat area. The first time you move each round, take 1 direct damage. It's an action we can test. Feat 3, if you succeed, we can discard calcification. You can take 1 direct damage for this test to automatically succeed. Okay, that's kind of cool. It is Akachi's turn. I guess I didn't think about what Akachi was going to do. Because she's engaged with this thing. She could try and evade it, I guess? I really did not think that through. I guess she'll try and evade. Go 3 to 2. +1, let's go. Alrighty, so we successfully evaded the ghoul minion. Or we could just take the attack of opportunity and have Nathaniel take him out. I guess we've already evaded, so we might as well. I kind of think that Drawn to the Flame is going to be better used on something that doesn't have 2 Shroud. 2 Shroud is pretty easy. I don't think I want to do Delve Too Deep quite at this time, because I'd rather do that towards the end of the scenario. So let's spend our second action to move over to this cavern. As a free action, we can move. And this comes in with 2 clues. And we'll go ahead and Clairvoyance and try and get these 2 clues. So we're testing 5 to 2. -1. So we don't trigger any of that, but we do get these 2 clues. And that's going to be Akachi's turn. No unexhausted enemies, so we're good there. So we will unexhaust everything, then this ghoul minion will immediately engage us. But that is after they would activate, so we're good there. We're going to reset our action dials. We're going to get a money for everybody. Nathaniel gets a let me handle this, so I can take a non-peril encounter card. And Akachi has got another Drawn to the Flame. That being said, right now the encounter deck is pretty tame. So maybe actually what we do is we draw the encounter cards and get that victory point now. That probably is the right call. Top of the round, we're going to add a Doom. And all of this Doom does transfer to the next stage, so there's a incentive to go fast. Akachi's card, Chroma Blight. Put in your play in your threat area. After you draw 1 or more cards from your deck, place 1 resource. There are a total of 6 Brilliance on Chroma Blight. Put a set-aside copy of Crystal Parasite into play at your location and remove this from the game. Delve Too Deep. It'll be fine until it isn't. There you go. You get it. Alrighty. And then Nathaniel's card is a Ravenous Ghoul. Gross. Nathaniel's going to be spending some time beating the heck out of these ghouls. Alrighty. Akachi, let's go ahead and do this action. Obscuring fog. Alright, I'm okay with that. So that's one. Let's spend a let's just do it. Actually delve too deep. If we get a monster, that seems kind of bad, right? Let's not delve too deep quite yet. Let's spend another action to move over here. It's an additional action. We have to spend 4 clues. So we're gonna go 6 to 2. During your turn, swap 2 adjacent rail locations. Group limit once per game. Comes in with 4 clues. And a Shroud of 1. We're gonna Spirit Seeker. We're gonna remove Clairvoyance to or return it to our hand, and then we're gonna spend 4. There's 3, 4 to play Clairvoyance again. 4. It's our last. We do have Rite of Seeking, but I think I'd rather just... Rite of Seeking is a little bit worse than Clairvoyance, I think. So, because it can end our turn. We don't like that. It is Nathaniel Cho's turn. Let's go ahead and beat up on this ghoul minion. We're just going to go 5 to 2. Got a -1, so that's 1 damage. We're going to do it again, 5 to 2. Skull is a -3, so we are still good because this is our column number is 3. So that's going to take out the ghoul minion. As a reaction, actually it's 6, so we're even better. We're going to exhaust Boxing Gloves. Search top 6 cards for a spirit event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna go Counterpunch. We're gonna cancel and attack the Ravenous Ghoul. When you search in this game, do you shuffle the cards afterwards? I believe. Oh, shuffle your deck. There you go. Read the card. We do have one more card, or we have one more action remaining. It is time to hydrate. You're right. The nice thing about attacking the Ravenous Ghoul next round is that we get the Boxing Glove activation again. That being said, I'm pretty sure we'll probably see another enemy. And so let's just go ahead and punch. 6 to 3. -2 will deal the damage here. Alrighty. 1 damage. Ravenous Ghoul is going to attack us, so we're going to take 1 and 1. Then we're going to counterpunch. After an enemy attacks you, even if that fight was canceled, we're going to fight targeting this enemy. And because it's an event, it will deal 1 additional damage. So we're going 6 to 3. Got a +1. Let's go. Event deals +1 damage. There we go. I do like Nathaniel. I think Nathaniel is pretty cool. My new favorite campaign. This is my first playthrough. Yes. Also, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's reset actions. We're going to get money. I'm going to draw a card, add a resource here. We got another Guts, which we'll probably not use because it's just going to... Through the gates, draw the top card of your deck. If it's not a weakness, remove that card from the game, then switch your deck and all other play areas for. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of first aid. I think I definitely have 2 of those. Maybe I don't. I don't. So that's removed from the game. Okay. We'll go up to 4 here. Akachi has got test feat 3 for each point you fail by, take a damage. So we'll go 3 to 3. -3. Alrighty, we take 3 damage. That is bad. Ugh. Ow. Alrighty. Well, it's not great going into what I think is probably the easier part of the campaign with so little health. Oh. Alrighty. Nathaniel's card. Put Chroma Blights. So this is the same thing over here. So once we draw a card, bad things will happen. This is adding it to our hand, so it's not actually drawing it. So we'll be good there. Alrighty. Nathaniel is gonna go 1 free action to move over here. Ooh, actually, no, we're not. I want to play Drawn to the Flame. Let's just have Akachi go first. Not Drawn to the Flame, I'm sorry. Delve Too Deep. Let's spend 1 to play Delve Too Deep. High risk, high reward. Each investigator draws the top card of the encounter deck and then adds it to the victory display. So Akachi. Test Brain 2. Increase the difficulty by 2 if you have 5 or more cards in hand. Got 2, 4, 5. Okay, so we're testing Brain 4. I'm going to spend 1 to test Brain 6 to 4. So, what is it about this that is your favorite campaign? Oh, let's go. +1 added charge to an asset. Okay. Then Nathaniel is going to get a Captivating Glean. This is going to surge. Limit 1 per investigators. If you have no cards in hand, take 5 horror. Alrighty, well that's not good. And that surges into test feat 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 damage. Jeez. Alright, so we're going to go 2 to 3. Give me that +1. I like it because we get 9 XP at the very first round. Nice. That's awesome. -4. Alrighty. Wow. So 3 damage there. Did you survive the first round? At least we got 1 XP there. Jeez. Alrighty. I don't think there's another one of those, so let's go ahead and do this. It's a ghoul minion. That's perfect, actually. I love the story, the whole atmosphere, and every scenario is a cool gimmick that makes me want to come. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We played 3-player. We went to this cavern on the 3rd day, I think. Sweet. Nice. Alrighty, so the ghoul minion is there. I have 1 action remaining. I think I'm just going to float the action. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it. So it is Nathaniel's turn. We're going to move. We will take 1 damage. Oh, wait, actually, we're going to do this first. We're going to just take the damage to discard this card. Then we're going to move. I'm going to use a free to move over here. We have 1 more. The variability to the stories. Oh, sweet. Okay, nice. That's exciting. I am so hurt. And I lost my first aid. Okay, I thought I was going to be a little bit tankier than I think I am. Cool. We do have one action left. I'm going to draw a card. Dodge. Fast when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, we can cancel the attack. We're going to do that, I think. Sweet. Okay. Enemy. Ghoul minion is going to attack Akachi. Let's go ahead and spend 1 to play dodge. And we're going to cancel the attack. Okay. The end of the round. Okay. So we're going to add 1. Draw a card. Add 1 here. We got get over here. Choose non-elite enemy at your location or a connecting location. Move to that enemy. Engage it and attack it. Nice. We got 1. And we get to draw a card, which is a hypnotic gaze, which is another cancel, which is great. And descent into the mines. A clunk of rock falls from the ceiling, narrowly missing you. More rocks come loose, forcing you deeper. Remove each cave location from the game, discarding all enemies, tokens, and attachments on those locations. If River Hawthorne is in play, but not under the control of any investigator, remove them from the game. Okay. Each investigator loses all but 2 of their clues. Alright. If it is Agenda 1A, advance the agenda directly to 2A. Do not resolve Agenda 1B. That stays. Your search for supplies will help you navigate what is ahead. Flip the scenario reference card to its other side, removing all scraps to that side as it switches. So these are all going to be discarded. Remove from the game. So we're at 5. Okay. Read interlude. The cave in. As the rumbling subsides, you look back to the collapsed tunnel. There is no way back. With no other recourse, you follow the old rail line into the darkness. After some time, you come upon a brightly lit shed next to an old minecart on the nearby tracks. This scenario is probably your favorite. Second part is so fun. Nice, I'm so pumped. If it is day, proceed to Cave In 2. The shed is a former rail control station repurposed as a clubhouse. Hand-drawn maps and charts cover the walls and ceilings. They appear to be a young person's handwriting. If someone here was here recently, they may currently be trapped in the mine along with you. Go to 4. With the entrance collapsed, the only way out of the mine is through. You push the minecart forward with every ounce of your strength and jump in. Gather all 15 set-aside rail locations. Place the rail exit in the 7 depicted rail tunnels as shown in the location placement diagram. Okay, so this is here. What are the question marks? Oh, in the 7 depicted rail tunnel locations as shown in the location placement diagram, and shuffle all the remaining rail locations. Place 1 in each space marked with a question mark on your location placement diagram. Oh, is it just like those? So like this goes here. I don't have enough space. I'm gonna. Oh, this is a big map. Holy cow! Do you like puzzles? Because here we go. Have you ever used the Arkham Cards app? I love how they. Oh, I haven't. No. What is the Arkham Cards app? Oh, that one looks different. That one's just this one. This is an insanely big map. Okay, we're gonna come over here. Take these over here, I guess. Because the rail exit is here. That's off screen already. Okay, so if we go here, here. Alrighty, cool. We need one with just back and forth here. Ah! I didn't realize this was the edge of the earth. And just up and down here. Here. Then just back and forth, or left to right. Here. Alrighty. There should be 7. 2, 4, 6, 8. Dang it. No, there's one here. Shoot. Alrighty. We're just gonna go over here. Remind me about these because I can no longer see these cards. So that's there. That's kind of intense. So that goes there. That goes here. That goes. Dang it. Move this over here, I guess. That goes here. That goes here. That goes here. This goes here. And this goes here. Just put it in the Discord. It literally has all the campaign stuff. You click on different things based on your results choice. Oh, that's nice. That's really, really nice. Alrighty, cool. Place the set aside minecart asset at the control station and choose which direction it is facing. See sliding and swapping locations in the minecart on page 11. Sliding and swapping location. Each rail location has one or more rail icons printed on it. These rail icons represent the track of the minecart that it moves along. When a rail icon on a location faces a rail icon on an adjacent location, the rail icons are aligned. Adjacent locations with aligned rail icons are connected to each other and form a rail line. Adjacent locations without an aligned rail icon are not connected with each other. Okay, so these are connected, but these are not connected. Sliding and swapping of locations allow the investigators to create a path to the rail exit by aligning the rail line. Oh, interesting. Okay. To slide a location, choose a location with an empty space adjacent to it, move that location and all the cards at that location to the empty space. To swap two locations, simultaneously move each of the locations and all the cards with them to the spare the other one was occupying. Locations with story assets cannot be slid or swapped. So you cannot. Is this a story asset? I assume so. I don't know why that has a rail though. It makes reading the story easier as well. Sweet, I'll check it out. Each investigator's minicart is placed overlapping the minecart. An investigator in the minecart is also at its location. Investigators cannot move independently of the minecart. When the minecart moves, each investigator moves with it. The minecart story asset, there you go, has a rail icon on its right side that indicates the direction it is facing. The minecart rail icon must always face the same direction as one of its rail's icons. When moving the minecart, it can only move along a rail line to a connecting location. When the minecart enters a location, the investigators may turn it 90 degrees in either directions to face the same direction as the rail icon on the location. It can only move in the direction the rail icon is facing. If the location does not form a complete rail, the minecart moves off the rail line. Alrighty. I believe, yeah, this is, oh, there is another story asset. Got it. Place each investigator minicart on the minecart. Either Simon Atwood or Leah Atwood are set aside. Place them at the topmost location in column 2. No, they're not. Place the prismatic shard asset at the bottom location in column 4. If it is night, shuffle the remaining set aside written and rock encounters and the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and then resume playing. All right, let's leave these guys up. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, so it's a puzzle. So we have to get to the rail exit. The prismatic shard has 4 brilliance. When a scenario card effect would discard any number of cards from your hand, exhaust prismatic shard and spend a brilliance, ignore that effect and draw that many cards instead. That seems good to find. I assume that the agenda act will tell us how and when we can. As a fast action, we can swap 2 adjacent rail locations. Okay. Honestly, never picked this up. Oh, the prismatic shard. I'm a little concerned that Nathaniel's just gonna die because of this. If it's gonna have me discarding a lot of cards. That being said, I may just like try and draw as many cards as I can. Okay. Descent into the mines. You realize the eerie hum in the air comes from the vibrating crystal formation. Something feels strange, though you cannot say what. At the end of the round, if each surviving investigator is at the control station, hint advance, get there before the agenda advances. Oh wait. Oh wait, no, sorry. Just kidding. The only way out of North Point Mine is through the maze of rail tunnels. During your turn, you can spend 1 clue per investigator as a group, either slide a location to an empty adjacent space or swap 2 adjacent locations. We can, as an action, spend 2 resources to slide a revealed location to an empty space. The prismatic story asset is at your location. Take control of it as an action. Get to the rail exit. When the minecart enters the rail exit, immediately advance. We went to stage 2. Locations with the story asset cannot be split or swapped. Enemies gain the hunter keyword and resolve its hunter keyword in additional time during the enemy phase. When an enemy moves, each adjacent location is considered to be connected to its location, and we thread out at 14. All right. Alrighty then. What are the scraps for? I didn't see anything about those. I assume I'll know more about those at some point. Alrighty. Alrighty. We do have to figure out this minecart. At the end of the enemy phase, move the minecart once. If it moves off the rail line, each investigator is defeated and suffers one mental trauma. Oh, geez. Okay. Cool. When it moves, spend one switch. Either cancel the move or move an additional time. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I was looking for. I hadn't read the minecart yet. Alrighty. Okay. So we are here. I'm looking at how we can. Oh, we cannot move a rail tunnel if it has the minecart added. So we basically cannot move ourselves at that time. Okay. Um. But we can move the rail exit, right? Oh no, it cannot move. Be moved or swapped. There we go. I'm thinking that so if we go up over, if we move this down, we can come. Or I mean, honestly, like if we swap here, move that one over. We just have to figure out how to get over, because we can go over, all the way up. Then, so these are a swap. We can move this down twice if we wanted to, and we just kind of come this way and go up. Okay, so at that, we're going to choose to keep our rail cart this orientation. Okay. Spin a switch to either cancel a move or move an additional time. Alrighty. Cool. That's pretty fun. This is fun. Um, nice. Alrighty, at the top of the round, we're going to add a Doom. We're going to go to 5. Akachi's card is a Crystal Parasite. I don't think I was supposed to shuffle this in. I think the Crystal Parasites were supposed to stay out. Um, as well as a Subterranean Beast. I was like, wait a second. That's what this card is going to get me. So those are set aside. We do have a Ghoul Minion and that thing. Okay. Kachi is test feat 5. If you fail, put Wild Ride into play in your threat area. When it moves, either move it 2 additional times or deal 1 direct damage and 1 direct tore to each investigator. Oh, jeez. Alrighty. Cool. That's fun. So test feat 5. We are at 3. We literally cannot pass this. Hey, we get a star. We got +1. We still fail, but we'll add a token there. That's here. Somebody hit the gas. Then we've got Grasping Hands. There's a lot of feat tests here, which is not great when my sum total feat value is 5. Test feat 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 damage. This could kill me. This could kill me. Which would be sad. We're gonna go 2 to 3. Oh my gosh. Is it better to cancel an attack to get +1? I guess. We're gonna commit Hypnotic Gaze. We're gonna go 3 to 3. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. 0. Okay, okay. We take no damage. Whew. Okay. So how do we move these? Spend 2 clues to either slide a location. Okay. So we'll have Akachi to go first. We're going to clairvoyance and try and find here. So we're going 5 to 1. -1. So we get 2 clues here. We'll go ahead and do it again. Oh, wait, no, shoot. We have a ghoul minion here. Let's have Nathaniel go first. We're going to take the ghoul minion. I can't see this part of the table, which is frustrating. That's 1. Let's go ahead and just attack. Actually, no. Let's spend get over here for 2. We're going to engage and fight as 1 action. So we're going to go 6 to 2. Got a -1, so we succeed, and we deal it additional damage because it's an event. And we will use our boxing gloves to search the top 6 for a spirit. Ooh, heal damage. I think it's pretty 2, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna take second wind. I need health, so we're gonna take second wind. So that was 1 action for Nathaniel. So that was 1. We had these before, so we're gonna spend 2 for a second action to slide this down 1. Okay. And I want to get this into place because we have some reckless, crazy movement coming up. So we might as well get that into place, and then we can worry about swapping these and moving it over here in a second. So that's my second. My third, I'm just going to draw a card, which is Glory, but I don't want to lose cards. Okay. Then we're going to investigate. Yep. We'll go ahead and investigate again for our second action. Auto fail. Yikes. So for our third action, we're gonna move this down, or else we die. So that seems bad. Alrighty. Trying to figure out, where does it tell me when to move? At the end of the enemy phase, move the minecart once. Alright. When it moves, you can spend a switch to either cancel a move or move an additional time. Okay. So, and then we're gonna move it 2 more times. So we're gonna go 1, 1, 2. I think we'll spin the switch, and I assume we actually reveal each one of these. After the sunken rail is revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. The lead investigator draws that enemy. Jeez. We got the burrowing hybrid. We're gonna go here. The end of the round. If the minecart is at forked rail, discard 1 switch from the scenario reference card. The end of the round, if it's at there, we're gonna discard another switch. We're gonna use the switch to go here. Spend 2 resources, slide a location into an empty space adjacent to it. Group limit once per game. That's going to come out with 2. And we're going up, obviously. This gets discarded. What is this thing? It's a 3/3/3. After it enters play, if the minecart is facing a connecting location, slide that location into into an adjacent empty space. Oh shoot! Wait, okay, okay. So this was actually here. Shoot, I should not know any of that. After it enters play, if the minecart is facing a connecting location, slide that location into okay, so we die, right? Yeah, we die. That's dumb. So after it enters play, the minecart is facing a connecting location. It is. Slide that location into an empty adjacent space, and then we're moving. We have to move 3, so we automatically die. That's kind of dumb. Unless we stop it? Either cancel the move. Okay, so actually we can spin a switch to cancel the move, which would cancel the move here. We would spin a switch to cancel the move here. That's there. We don't know what these are. Don't tell anybody. Alrighty. Cool. And we choose the orientation when we move into it. This we also don't know. Okay. Should have caught that. That's on me. So now we have this thing, which is insane. Alrighty. Well, we're way less better off than I thought. So that's good. Well, I guess we just have to move this down. Now we don't have the clues to do that, and we're stuck at a 4. We're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble, actually. Oh, we can draw into the flame. I don't think I can. I don't think I can deal with encounter cards though. Alrighty. The end of the round. Let's go ahead and get a resource and draw a card. Hey, we got Randall Cho. Excellent, actually. That's going to heal us 3 damage. That's going to be nice. Go 1. Draw a card. Put Angered Spirits into your threat area. Exhaust a spell asset. Move 1 charge from that asset to Angered Spirits. When the game ends, if it has fewer than 4 charges on it, you suffer 1 physical trauma. Gross. Okay. Top of the round. Add a Doom. Akachi has got Ghoul Minion. Gonna be overrun by enemies. And then Obscuring Fog. Alright, we definitely are gonna be drawing the top card of the encounter deck then. Oh geez. Okay, so the we're in issue. We have issues. We have 2 enemies engaged over here, both of which are pretty mean. We have to get rid of both of those, which would be like so I think what we'll do is we will spend 2 to play Randall Cho and just spend 2 actions engaging the minions. Or I guess we can actually go heroic response and just have Akachi do 1 damage. Um, or take the attack. Heroic resolve resolves the attack. Um, Akachi needs to play Drawn to the Flame. Get the 2 clues. Slide this down. I guess we do have this where we can cancel that, so we don't move. We don't want to. Hey, thank you. Hope you have a good weekend as well. I think because we have Randall Cho, I'd rather heal the 3 damage now and then use second wind to heal 2 more damage later in the round once I do draw a treachery. But since I drew an obscuring fog, oh well, that's a treachery. Oh, just kidding. So first action, let's spend 1 to play second wind, then draw a card. I don't want to do that. Maybe I do. Drawing cards adds here. Okay, we're gonna heal 2 damage. I'm gonna draw into a 1/2 punch. Ooh, that's nice. So that's 1. I'm gonna spend 2 to play Randall Cho. After he enters play, we're gonna heal 3 damage. All of a sudden, we're much healthier. And we have a sanity soak of 3 there, which is great. We have 1 more action. We could 1/2 punch like the ghoul. If we miss, we kill Akachi, which is, I think, less than ideal. But actually, we may 1/2 punch this guy because I think it's going to be a little bit better. We have not done that. Be 7-3. All right, let's spend 2. We're gonna play 1/2 punch. So we're gonna attack for 7, and we're gonna attack the burrowing hybrid. Come on, no whammies. Alrighty, so we punch Akachi for 2. No, it's just 1 because it's not an enemy. That is so brutal. Okay, I wasn't gonna keep track, but since I've already drawn 3, I'm gonna keep track. Alrighty, cool. Alrighty, there goes that. Okay. Oh shoot, Akashi's gonna take an attack of opportunity. Akashi dies. Akashi is dead now. That was dumb. Yeah, we lose Akachi here. Which is not good because she has all of the clues. And Nathaniel can't find clues. Alrighty, cool. You know what? This is the first scenario. I'm cheating. I don't care. I'll keep the resource. I'm just gonna engage this thing. I don't want to do that right now. Okay. We're just gonna spend the time to engage that. We'll just lose the card. But at this point I'm taking fun over just losing. Alrighty. Akachi is going to play Drawn to the Flame. Draw the top card of the encounter deck. Put calcification into play. The first time you move each round, take 1 direct. Okay, so we're gonna lose here, I think. Regardless. Okay, so we have that. Discover 2 clues. This is going to attack. We are going to play Heroic Rescue. When a non-elite enemy would attack another investigator, engage the enemy, resolve its attack against you. So we'll take 1 damage and 1 mental over here. And then deal it 1 damage, which is going to be 2 damage, which will kill it. Boxing gloves triggers. We're going to search the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take Heroic Resolve. Okay. I'm going to spend 2 resources to slide this down so we don't lose. I'm going to move a charge here. I'm going to spend 4 to play a Rite of Seeking. I'm going to exhaust to move another charge there. Alright. Burrowing Hybrid is going to attack. And we're going to move here. We're going to spend 1 to move again. We're going to spend 1 to move again. Spend 2 resources to slide a location into an empty space adjacent to it. Okay, that's going to be nice. We take a damage here. Oh, shoot. I'm going to die to calcification. Wait, did I? I played right, I drew, and I did that action. I'm going to not have played right, and I'm just going to have taken the damage to get rid of this so I don't just auto-die. Go to 6. Alrighty. And then we're going up. We're going to get a money. Draw a card. Which will give that. This attack deals +1 damage for a Monster Slayer. I like seeing that with the Burrowing Hybrid. Akachi is going to get an Alchemical Transmutation. And get 1 there. We're going to have... Oh my gosh. We're going to get these big guys coming in and hitting us pretty hard here soon. Okay. 7. Akachi is going to get Day Revelation Test Brain 2. If we have 5 or more cards, it is Brain 4. This needs 2 clues. So we're testing Brain 4. I'm going to spend a Alchemical Transmutation to go 6 to 4. -1. We are good. Nathaniel Cho is going to get a Frenzy Miner. X is the Frenzy Miner's column, so it's a 4. After Frenzy Miner attacks you, deal 1 damage to each other investigator and resident asset at this location. Shoot. Okay, well, that's the number 1 goal right there. Okay. We're gonna clairvoyance and search on Akachi. We're gonna go 5 to 2. I don't think we actually have to skull, which is -4, so we fail. Cool. Jeez. Okay, let's try it again. Ooh, actually, yeah, no, that we're fine. Yeah. 5 to 2. -3, we are good. Phew. Okay, that's good. That would have been really scary. Let's spend 2 of these to swap these two here. Actually, no, we're gonna do that on. We're gonna do that later. We just have 3. We're gonna spend. Actually, no, I don't think we can. Yeah, we'll spend 2. No, we'll not use the action. I think I'd rather spend 4. I was going to move that over, but I don't think I can do it in how I want to. Spend 4 to play Rite of Seeking, and we'll move a Rite of Seeking charge over to Angered Spirits. Spirit Seeker will pull Clairvoyance back to our hand. Alrighty. If we do not kill this Frenzy Miner, we do die. So let's try and avoid that. It's a 4. Ah. Okay. Let's Monster Slayer. We are fighting the Frenzied Miner. Um we're attacking 6 to 4. Let's go ahead and go 7 to 4 for a let me handle this. Let's go 8 to 4. Heroic. No, I don't want to discard cards. I think we have to though. Heroic Rescue. We'll go 8 to 4. That saves me from the skull. 8 to 4. -1. So we succeed. We deal 3 damage. Next attack, we're going to go 5 to 4. Nice. +1. Oh, and then, yeah, so that's going to take him out. This skill test is successful during an attack. Return an event from your discard pile to your hand. That's nice. Ooh, alrighty. I'm going to take dodge. I'm going to take a counterpunch. Then we're going to use boxing gloves because we just took out that enemy. Prepare for the worst. Safeguard. Boxing gloves. Stand together. And dodge. So the only one was stand together. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, we have a victory point. Let's go. The end of the enemy phase, we're going to move up. After a sunken rail is revealed, discard cards from the copying counter deck until an enemy is discarded. The lead investigator draws that card. I don't think I realized how much we were going to need attack. Oh, yeah, this guy's going to attack us. We're going to take it on Randall Cho. We will counterpunch. So we're going to go 5 to 3. I'm sorry, 6 to 3. -3, we are good. So we deal 2 damage. There. Sweet. Okay. The end of the round, we're going to draw a card, which is Tommy. And you take any amount of damage, reduce that to 1. There's just I was not ready for this many enemies. Then Clarity of Mind. Heal 1 horror from an investigator to location. That's nice. I need physical healing though. We're gonna get a money. We're gonna add a charge and a charge. Okay. Top of the round, we're gonna add a Doom here. Get a Ravenous Ghoul. I think we're gonna die. Attach Cave to the location with the mine card is facing. When minecart would move into the attached location, cancel the move and deal 2 damage to each investigator and resident in the minecart. It's an action we can test fist or feet to discard cave in. Alrighty. So many enemies. So many enemies. I think we just lose, right? I mean, like, I can do this, but then I'm taking 3 damage, 5 damage. If I can kill him, that'd be fine. So I think my goal at this point is to spend as much time clearing this so I only take 1 physical trauma rather than 2 on game 1. Then I'll take a physical trauma over here. Maybe, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, so if I can get out of feels bad to say, but if I can get out of scenario 1 with only 3 trauma, I guess 5 with the 5 trauma. I think I'm bad at this game. I think that's what I've realized. I think I am not good at this game. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to be able to move that over because these are just going to attack me if I do that. Oops. All right, so I'm going to take 2 physical trauma on Akachi. Ugh. It's tough. Huh. Okay. I guess we already drew. Is there I don't think there is a way that I can get out of this. Right? Cuz I can't move without taking an attack. I can't do this without taking 3 damage. If I do that, then I take 2 additional damage and I will lose. I think I do need to play it out just in case there are additional things that what I could do, actually what I think I could do is I could have Nathaniel Cho test this, get rid of it, and then spend 2 actions engaging over here. Then I think I can time it. Tommy, I think would then engage Itachi. No, but if these are not engaged, I can spend resources to put over here, so I'm only going to take 1 physical trauma. Maybe it's the deck build. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I think I took too much damage in the first round. I don't think that those switches were as important as I thought they were going to be. So maybe I should have only grabbed like 1 or 2 of them. Then I think we would have been better off. Maybe that's just something that I would know on future plays, but I wondering, do I need more healing potentially? I may need more healing, but I also like I just wasn't expecting to deal with 4 enemies on the table right now. Um, so maybe I need to think about deck building in that sense of there's a lot of enemies in this campaign, and I need multiple attacks and action efficiency on the attack. I don't know why this always like goes off when I'm playing Arkham. Alrighty, so Nathaniel Cho, we are going to test Fist 2. We take 3 damage from the attacks of opportunity. Does engage provoke an attack of opportunity? It does, doesn't it? Never mind. I can't. Because engage will just kill me. So we'll take 2 physical trauma on Akachi. Yeah. I don't think I can take the engage action. So I could take the fight action here. So instead of, but then the action there kills me. Or playing here kills me. Alright. We're gonna take physical trauma on Nathaniel and 2 on Akachi. Total of 5 trauma already. Cool. Oh, I didn't realize there were different codex values. That would have changed because we would have taken River Hawthorne. If investigators at the end of the scenario with River and Hawthorne at least 4 clues, remember that you helped River. I didn't realize that there was another codex. Alrighty, well that's good to know. Do not read until the end of the scenario. Each investigator was defeated. The last thing you remember before you're knocked unconscious is the cart careening into a canyon of light. Your head pounds as you awaken, surrounded by a glowing blue fungus and extravagant crystal formations. There's a path up the rock, but it will take hours to trek back to the beginning of the rail tunnels. You sigh, exhausted, and wade through the underground river. If it's night 1 or 2, cross out Simon Atwood's name. If it's day 1 or 2, skip to resolution 3. You could swear you heard Simon Atwood's voice calling through the empty tunnels as you disembark. Unable to shake the sound, you double back through the tunnels in hopes of finding the young man. You eventually come to a shining abyss filled with crystals. A dark humanoid shape sits over the carcass of a small animal. It skitters into the dark when you call. You shout Simon's name until your voice is hoarse and retrace your steps to the exit with an awful lump in your throat. In Simon Atwood's notes records Simon disappeared. Okay. Cross out Simon Atwood's name. Skip to resolution 6. Miskatonic Survey, June 1926. Members Marquez, Musgrave et al. We were lucky to escape from the North Point mine with our lives. Extreme instability and seismic tremors finding include asymmetrical crystal formation, rodents of unusual size, and unusually aggressive insect population. The prismatic star Choriaso is under the control of an investigator. Choose an investigator to add it to their deck. If you helped River, we did not because we didn't know the rules. They earn a bonus experience. If an investigator controls Riddler Hawthorne and the above is not true, decrease Riddler. Okay. Each investigator earns experience 1. And now spend. Oof. 1 experience. Bummer. Okay. If it's day 1, turn to prelude the first evening. Alrighty. Whew. That was what we would call a very tough start to a campaign. We are at the first evening. Alrighty, so I think going forward, I need more damage. It seems like we just lost based on enemies. It is good to know that there's a code. It's not the same codex. It's a different codex. But yeah, okay. That is that. I'll spend my 1 experience somewhere. We'll probably be back next week playing the next scenario. I did enjoy the idea of the scenario. I agree with whoever was saying. I don't know if it's the best one to stream. I don't know. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder how good Arkham is to stream because it feels like it's just a lot of reading. But cool, awesome. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I hope everyone has a great week, and we will see you next week for some Marvel Champions on Monday. See you soon. Bye.